baby. You're almost there.
Yeah, darling, I see that.
That's the last of it.
Oh.
Michael, you're totally in my way.
I ain't moving, you're trying to kill me.
If we're trying to kill you, you know. Now quit scuffing up the linoleum. It ain't paid off yet. Sit at the table. Oh, good. You're up. Go get the high chair from the living room. Come on.
Rose, you ain't even using this yet.
I know, but it completes the picture of classic domestic bliss.
Oh, you want me to get the camera?
Mikey, it's a mental picture, and it is perfection.
Well, good.
Look at us, Mikey, sharing a Coke at our heirloom dining table. The very same table your great Aunt Polly served countless Sunday dinners for family and friends come to call.
Oh, Aunt Polly never really used the dining room much.
Not even for Easter? Not even for lunch on Easter Sunday?
Well, I reckon she would have. We just always had that stuff with Meemaw since she had kids and grandkids and all.
Oh, not quite so romantical, picturing a lonely old maid letting the table collect dust while she ate lean cuisines over the sink.
The table was great granny's before it was Aunt Polly's. I'm sure she used it for all the family stuff way back when.
Oh my, yes, I just bet she did. So much history. It's a shame your aunt had to die and all, but at least it won't be wasted here.
Yep.
I think it's just as well it won't fit in the dining room, don't you? We'll get so much more use of it in the kitchen.
Reckon so.
Oh, it is so stately. No more eating dinner on TV trays in the living room for us.
I at no point agreed to that.
You know, one day JoJo will say to me, Mama, where'd this table come from? And I'll say,
Your daddy's crazy old dead aunt.
hush up. I'll say, it was a treasured family heirloom passed down from dear Aunt Polly, left specially in her will just for your daddy. And when we still lived in our starter house on Fairground Street, the only room it would fit in was the kitchen.
Oh, we get a bigger house?
Well, you stay in a starter house, it ain't much of a start now, is it? You want a sandwich?
Yes, ma'am, I do.
Oh, well, too bad. We're out of breath.
Oh, I'll pick some up when I take the truck back.
You know, if we got a Super Saver membership,
Oh, here we go.
we'd never run out of anything. Sandwiches whenever you want. Bulk shopping is the wave of the future, baby.
Is it now?
Yeah.
The Super Saver costs $50 a year, just lets you in the dang door, plus gas back and forth to Jackson, and you gotta buy everything in bulk. We do not need that many paper towels.
Well, we would, eventually. It's all about thinking ahead.
Well, then think ahead to when the price of a Super Saver card plus the gas to get there drops by about half, then we'll sign you up.
All right, I'm gonna hold you to that.
I fully expect you will. Well, it feels strange having it in our house.
Because it's so elegant.
Because it still feels like it's hers, I guess.
Oh no, it's all ours. Such a beautiful, generous, classy gift.
We used to love going over to her house, me and all the cousins. When we were young, I mean. Polly didn't care what all we did. Jump up and down on the bed, slide down the stair rail, whatever. We'd go buck wild.
It's a wonder you didn't all break your necks.
She used to play records from, I don't know, the 20s. The woman was 500 years old, Rose. And this one time, we were all dancing around the house. Aunt Polly took my face in her hands and said, Mikey, I always known you have talent. You should have been a girl.
Well, you are a very good dancer.
You don't say stuff like that to a 10-year-old boy. Mess with my head.
Well, there are plenty of boy dancers. Michael Jackson, George Michael. Oh, you fit right in with all the dancing Michaels.
Always good to have a backup plan.
If JoJo wants to take dancing lessons, we're gonna let him.
If he wants to, sure.
I mean it. He ain't gotta play t-ball just because that's what all the other boys do.
Rose, JoJo is 4 months old. How about we wait for him to bring it up?
We need a nice tablecloth, some placemats, something.
I get whiplash talking to you. Baby monitor's doing it again.
All right, dancing Michael. Let's see some moves. Did I tell you it picked up a Spanish radio station the other day? I thought there in the nursery.
Ooh, a trucker came through on his CB the other night saying just about the filthiest stuff I've ever heard.
Oh, who was he saying it to?
I don't think it was intended for one person in particular. He was just sort of putting it out there.
You learn anything?
2 or 3 things we might want to try out.
Oh, well, this baby monitor was worth every penny in entertainment value alone.
Hey, your mama's in this week's paper.
And show me. A parlor at church? She planned the redecorating.
Yep, that's what it says.
Hide and watch. Soon enough, I'll be in there.
What for?
Mrs. Michael Shipley, member of the Kosciuszko City Garden Club, showcases her beautiful variety of azaleas.
What's that, a front page headline?
Photo caption, living section. Nancy Green comes out and takes your picture. As soon as we get me in club, we'll get some real standing in this community.
Do we need some standing?
Well, God, standing if you want to be outstanding. Michael, I just thought of that this very second.
You were the smartest person I've ever met.
It is a burden and a blessing. Oh, I feel real good about this baby. I got all the connections. I used to babysit for half the women in club. I kept their kids alive. They owe me.
And you got your mama's vote?
Well, I'm told it's not so much of a vote. It is more of a friendly conversation where everyone decides what's best.
But it's not a vote?
It's just a friendly conversation.
How's that different?
Not really sure. And then, as soon as we get me in, we'll get you set up in Lions Club.
Why would I want that?
That's our community, Michael. It's just what folks do.
Ooh, I went to Lions Club with Daddy once. He was giving a talk on something, I forget what. It's just a bunch of fat old men sitting in the back room of Rib Alley playing kiss ass to the mayor and talking about hunting and dogs.
The mayor was there.
Landrum before he died.
Oh, that is very impressive. You could have been having drinks with the mayor.
Classy.
So damn classy. You need to be doing that.
You are funny and strange.
Oh, well, you married me, so what's that say about you?
Probably that I'm funny and strange. I better take the truck back to Mama and Daddy's. You want to ride over?
Oh, I gotta get cleaned up before I pick JoJo up from Aunt Katie's. Give you sugar? Hurry on back.
Baby, why are you sitting in the dark?
And what dark would I sit?
Oh, I'm sorry I took so long. Daddy had me help work on the mower. You all right? Where's JoJo?
Still over at Aunt Katie's. I told her you'd pick him up.
Oh, what's wrong?
I didn't get it, Michael.
Didn't get what?
City Garden Club. They rejected me.
Oh, but your mama.
Called to tell me herself. I asked if anyone had been in favor of me joining. Stuck up for me since clearly she hadn't. She said that's club business and she can't talk about it.
Will she at least tell you why?
What with us getting the house together and me taking care of JoJo, she said it's too much responsibility to be taken on. Too soon, she said.
Well, darling, I mean, maybe she has a point.
She does not, Michael. Don't you dare take her side.
I ain't taking sides, I'm just saying.
But Mama knows that if she lets me in club, she's gonna have to start treating me like a grown-ass woman, and she can't do that. And everybody listens to her because she's the queen bee, and I'm just her dumb daughter playing house with Claudine Shipley's boy. The one who makes file folders for a living.
I make index cards and legal pads too, Rose.
I hate this town. I could have been the best member City Garden Club ever did see, and they won't give me a chance, Michael. That's all I wanted, just to be taken serious for once in my life. Now what have I got?
You got plenty, Rose.
And who decided those women are the be-all, end-all, final word on everything anyway? Nobody asked them. They didn't earn it. Well, you know what? Screw them!
Hell yeah.
And this table is too big for our kitchen.
I know that, but you said it was classy.
Well, it isn't. It's just this horrible reminder of the people we come from versus the people we obviously are. It is too nice for this house. It's enormous. is. It's too dark for the room and it stands out like a drunk in church.
I can get rid of it.
No! I want to live up to it. Why can't our life be as nice as our heirloom dining table?
It will be, I promise.
I just wish I could show Mama and all those snooty heifers what I'm capable of.
What you capable of?
I don't even know. I just want the option. Oh, I hate them so much. I hope they all get ugly and die.
You don't mean that.
Right now I do. Oh, Mama, Mikey, what the hell? We expecting anybody?
Nope.
Well, you get it. I'm a mess.
Whew.
Oh, hello there.
Hey.
You're Michael. This place is just precious elegant. It's so sweet. I've been to the Landrum. How are you?
I'm fine.
Hope you don't mind I came to the kitchen. I find back door guests the best, don't you? Is your wife available?
Sure, just a sec. Rosie, someone to see ya?
Be right there.
Oh, she'll be along directly.
This room is just precious. Oh, and this table, is it family?
Oh, yes, my great Aunt Polly.
Oh, yes, sweet Mama Patterson. She just passed, didn't she?
Yes, you knew her?
Not nearly well enough. Such a tragic loss, but a comfort that she lived such a full life. I do hope she didn't suffer. Oh, if you are looking for someone to purchase the dining set, I know a dealer in Natchez that'll give you twice what Muir House Antiques at offer. The dealer in Natchez is a homosexual, and therefore has disposable income. In situations like that, isn't it? It is. Shall I give you his number?
Thank you for the offer of the wealthy homosexual's phone number, but we'll hang on to the table.
Oh, how charming, an heirloom piece. You're the sort of fellow who appreciates history, aren't you? I can tell. That's why your house is not cluttered with the shiny and the new. Your home is practical, which I could never do. I admire it so much. Oh, this is for you. Just a few things from my garden that I put up. Some bread and butter pickles, pear honey, and eggplant jam.
Mighty kind of you.
Thank you. It is an awful lot of work.
Can I get you a Coca-Cola or
Ooh, an
something?
iced tea would be heavenly.
Oh, I don't think
Oh, well, then nothing.
Well, I suppose I could.
Don't worry, I'm not truly thirsty. Thank you.
Oh, hello there.
Rose, I have met your husband, and I find him just so precious. I want to pack him up in my purse and take him everywhere I go. He even offered to make me iced tea. Can you imagine? I hope you'll forgive me for dropping in unannounced.
Oh, it's nothing. It's just...
Oh, my. Where on the good green earth are my manners? I don't believe we've met, not formally. I am
Mrs. Little Landrum, of course. My daddy knew your late husband.
I suppose everyone did.
Being the mayor and all.
I met him once down at Lions Club.
That must have been so exciting for you.
Can I get you a cup of coffee?
Oh, don't
or...
trouble yourself. My, what a wide variety of beverages you all offer, but I can only stay for about 10 seconds.
Oh, Miss Little Landrum brought pickles and preserves.
Oh, thank you. You didn't have to.
Oh, I find the lack of obligation is what makes the gesture meaningful. Did you all choose the color of this room?
No, it was like that when we got here.
And look at how clever you were to keep it. Rose, I don't have to tell you, news travels fast in a town the size of Kosciuszko. I hear the city club chose not to include you in their ranks, my dear.
You already know about that.
Oh, honey, the gossip switchboard lit right up. These folks really ought to channel their excess energy into a hobby of some kind.
Amen that.
I wonder, have you heard of the Attala County Garden Club?
I'm sure I've heard it mentioned.
We're a much smaller, more intimate organization, which is better, don't you think? I do. I happen to be the current president, but everyone has a voice and a vote, which is important, this being the United States of America, after all. Don't you agree?
Agree that this is America?
Aren't you just precious, honey? I would just love it if you would spend a little time getting to know us, what the club's all about.
Oh, gosh.
I suspect you have a lot to offer, Rose Shipley. I find it awful when talent is ignored on account of pettifoggery and scheming, don't you?
I guess so.
Splendid. Michael, I believe I will have that Coca-Cola. Rose, why don't I arrange a little confab? We'll meet and greet with the roster, and we'll tell you all about it. How's Tuesday afternoon at around 2? Does that work? That's wonderful for us.
Gosh, that is actually when I try to get my son, and that is when I try to get him down for a nap.
Brilliant. You'll be stuck in the house with nothing to do. We'll come to you. Don't bother making anything unless we feel absolutely inspired to make some cheese straws or finger sandwiches. Oh, I'll appreciate a return of the basket. Tuesday would be best, but really anytime it's convenient for you. But if Tuesday's your choice, that works for me. Oh, those bread and butter pickles are my speciality. Don't bother asking for the recipe. I'm taking it to my grave. Thank you for the beverage. y'all are just the cutest couple, just cute as Christmas. All right, well, till Tuesday. Won't it be fun? It will.
Whoa! She was a lot.
I'll say.
I'm pretty sure she insulted me like 6 times, but it all happened so fast I couldn't catch it.
And what the hell is pedophagery?
Isn't it kind of underpants?
Yeah, I bet it's kind of underpants.
Ooh, I wonder what my mama would say if she knew I left Betty Little Landrum in our house.
And your mama, picture mine. When Mayor Lander left his wife for Betty, Mama set up the meal train for her.
Because a hot dish makes everything better.
Sometimes the best defense against the unthinkable is a hash brown casserole. Can you imagine? Married 30 years till he up and left her for that woman who just blew into town.
Cost them the election.
As well, it should have.
And losing the election's what killed them.
Shame is what killed him. Betty's apparently at no risk in that, showing up on our back porch with jelly and pickles. I have half a mind to throw them out.
Oh, well, no need for all that.
Inviting me to join the Attala County Reject Loser Club. I'm the daughter of the city club president. Could you imagine me letting them sit at my heirloom dining table like I'm one of them? Michael, Alice Hodge is part of the county club.
That mean lady from the hardware store with that big old birthmark on her face?
Yes, and God knows who else with those standards.
What you gonna do?
Oh, I'll call Betty on Tuesday, tell her the baby's sick, and keep putting her off till she takes the hint and goes away.
Smart. Ooh, you want me to go pick up JoJo?
Oh, thank you. Take Aunt Katie a jar from that basket as a thank you.
She can have the eggplant jelly. We're keeping the good stuff. Love you.
Hello. Oh. Hi, Mama. No. I'm fine. Really? Listen, I'm real busy right now, so Well, how did you know about that? For God's sake. Tell Lou Knighton she's gonna go blind looking at those darn binoculars of hers all the time. Well, yes, she did. Well, she come by to ask me if I'm interested in joining the county garden club. Well, she put me on the spot, Mama. I'm calling later on with regrets, of course. Mama, do not forbid me to do something. I'm a little old for that, and I have no interest in. Mama, calm down. Well, what the hell do you care? You're the one who rejected me from City Club. Damn it, Mama, do not speak to me like I am some child. You know what? I gotta go. I gotta get supper on.
Consider ourselves competition.
We're merely an option. We don't even say we're a bear option.
I do. I say it, because we are.
There's almost 4,000 people in this county.
There's a lot of people.
Well, certainly enough room for 2 garden clubs.
Maybe even more.
No, 2 is plenty.
We're just community-minded women who enjoy fostering growth.
Creating something from nothing.
Nurturing God's soil.
We really like flowers.
And we feel if woman has the inclination, she should have the opportunity to fellowship with like-minded women. Should it be exclusive? No, it should not.
It should be inclusive.
Welcoming, a place for everybody.
Maybe with snacks of some kind. That said, membership is not to be taken lightly.
The club is only as strong as its weakest link.
If your yard is covered in crabgrass and brown patches, folks will drive by and say, is that the standard set by the Attala County Garden Club?
And it ain't.
Joe.
Isn't. I meant to say isn't.
So if you're a rule-breaking type, you won't be happy with us. And we sure won't be happy with you.
That's true.
But if you are offered membership, which I feel very good about because you're just precious, you really should consider carefully the responsibility that you'll be taking on.
Don't rush into it if you're not certain.
If you gotta really like flowers. In the Attala County Garden Club, only serious applicants need inquire.
So,
Tell us about
your garden.
Oh, gosh. Well, I'm sure you saw the azaleas coming up the drive.
yes.
Well, that's an ongoing project, and my crepe myrtle is just growing like crazy this year. Would anyone like a cheese straw?
Ooh, my favorite.
Some more tea.
Of course. Thank you for bringing the tea, Betty. It's very good.
Oh, it's my own blend. Could I trouble you for a glass of water?
Happy Joe, I just love that scented candle.
I can show you how to make them.
Do go on. Your garden.
Oh gosh, well, when I was pregnant with my son, I planted bulbs for a cutting garden, and they are just now starting to come to life, which is, kind of special.
This arrangement came from your cuttings?
Yes, it did.
You have an eye.
She does.
Absolutely.
Real pretty.
Oh, I swear, my teacup was right here.
Is it on the counter?
No.
Perhaps you took it into the nursery with you when you went to check on the baby.
I'm pretty sure it was in your hand when you left the room.
Must have been.
Rose, you have just about the healthiest hair I've ever seen.
Well, thank you so much for saying so.
Who you go to?
Jolene Gladney over at the airport, but I haven't been in ages.
I know Jolene.
Well, she's memorable.
I don't like her.
I'm sorry.
Hey, Joe, honestly.
What? You don't like her either.
No, I do not. But she does good hair. I have to give her that.
Waste of money. Beauty shops. I've done home permanents for 20 years. Hardly costs a thing, and I don't even need to run a brush through it.
Yes, Alice, you have very practical hair.
I like the way it looks like a dandelion.
Moving on. What all did you choose for your cutting garden, Rose?
Oh gosh, well, I started with dinner plate dahlias, then snapdragons and Canterbury bells, zinnias, which I had to start on the service porch, xanthus.
Ooh, I love good animagus, don't you?
Oh, that's far too dramatic. I wouldn't have the nerve.
Come on now, Danita. Where's your sense of adventure? I'm with Betty. Give me a flower with a giant head that's going to command some attention.
I tried a sunflower patch 2 years ago.
Oh, we know, honey.
It died.
Everything every Joe used to plant would up and die.
Bad timing. I was going by the farmer's almanac.
Well, isn't that what you're supposed
Don't you dare follow the almanac.
Then how do you know when to plant?
Not from that damn fool almanac, I know that much.
Off and running.
Rose, everything.
Maybe men need a damn almanac.
Thank you, Alice. Rose, everything that you need to know to make a garden grow is already inside you, just waiting to be put to use.
Really?
Look at your thumbs, Rose. You can't see it yet, but them thumbs are green.
Sorry, this happens constantly. I swear, this baby monitor can pick up signals from the space shuttle.
Oh, Alice!
Oh dear. I think I broke it.
Why, yes, Alice, you absolutely did.
I'll replace it. Sometimes I don't know my own strength. Y'all get back to talking.
Well, I suppose I was wondering, what about the county garden club was of interest to Rose?
Well, I'm sure it's all quite interesting, fascinating, really. It does sound like a lot of work.
It is. It's lots of work.
Yeah, that's why you got a club. The two are better than one because they have a good return for their labor.
So true.
If either of them falls down,
Oh, there's
one can
more.
help the other up. but pity anyone who falls and has no one to help them up.
Thank you, Alice.
Ecclesiastes 4 verses 9 and 10.
Alice is a Southeast Bible champion.
That's very impressive.
Most people don't know there's an adult division.
I was not aware of that.
You get to nationals, it's all these broads from nursing homes. Got all the time in the world to train. They look all sweet, but they are monsters. Rattling off the big acts from Adam to Noah in order like it's their damn Christmas card list. I ain't got that kind of time. I tell you, I know I'm supposed to be thankful for all the options women have in the 80s, but from where I sit, those options just mean we got twice as much we're expected to do.
I know what you mean.
Or look at Danita. Her work at the library is very challenging. She runs the entire children's section.
And I love it. It's just hard keeping up with everything. Just finding time to do grocery shopping.
I keep telling you, Janita, Super Savers lets you bring a guest. You need to do like me and my sister and go halfsies on a membership. Bulk shopping will change your life.
Unfortunately, you don't have a sister.
Danita, you aren't looking for someone to pair up with, are you?
Well, yes, I guess I am.
Oh my goodness. I would be so happy to share a Super Saver card with you.
Ladies, shopping in a warehouse, it seems so utilitarian.
Effie Joe loves it.
It's true. I do. I love it. So much toothpaste.
Sure, Effie Jo's got to get creative. She gave birth to a softball team. But can't the rest of us still purchase toilet tissue in regular human quantities?
Rose, I'd be pleased as punch to split a 24-pack of shopping with you.
This means so much.
See what having a new group of friends can do for you, Rose? We have all been where you are now, cast aside by the City Garden Club. Amongst friends, I feel it is safe to say that we all know why I was turned out on my ear. They called me a homewrecker.
They think I'm some hick, and they're embarrassed by my blemish. They won't even look directly at me.
And I'm black. I'm sorry, did I need to say more?
Well, they're not sure what I am. Usually the guess is Mexican, some kind of Indian, maybe just tan, or they'll try to be sly and ask where I'm from originally. I say, we've been in Attala County for 2 generations. And then we just stare at each other for a good long while. Oh, also, they think my husband's a homosexual just because he sells fashionable menswear at low prices.
Gossip can be
I don't know
so
where they think our 6 damn kids come from. Guess we grew them in a cabbage patch.
Effie Joe, I would just love to move on.
I'm sorry, I thought we were sharing.
Rose, separately, we're just the rejects, cast aside by the women who run this town, but together we have power, influence. There is strength in numbers. I feel that you should be a part of that. Ladies, I move that we offer membership in the Attala County Garden Club to Mrs. Rose Shipley.
Oh, already.
I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes. Welcome to the club, Rose.
Well, I just cannot thank you enough for the offer.
Oh, really, it is our pleasure, dear.
But I can't.
You can't?
I don't get it.
What is she saying?
Rose, what are you saying?
I believe she's saying she's a busy wife and mother with a demanding schedule. She's flattered, but she simply cannot be a part of our group at this time.
Yes, that is what I'm saying.
We can respect that. Motion to adjourn.
Seconded in favor?
Thanks for having us, Rose.
I'll be in touch about that Super Saver membership.
You can keep that candle.
Bye-bye, dear. Good luck. Almost made it to the car. Well, bye-bye now.
Mrs. Little Landrum, wait.
Oh, honey, call me Betty.
Betty, come in for a second.
Dear, you've nothing to feel bad about. The garden club isn't for everyone.
Well, it's just what we're taking care of JoJo, and Michael works such long hours. He works at least 1 double shift
You
a
don't need
week.
to explain anything. I understand.
Well, thank you, Betty.
I was in your exact situation myself with my first husband, Marvin Little, God rest his soul. We married when I was 20.
Oh, same as me.
And oh, I used to get so was, an attractive, charming, humble woman running my own household. Do you know how folks in Possum Neck treated me?
How?
Like a child, Rose. Like a little child playing pretend. There'd be a covered luncheon at church, and I would work like hired help to make something special for all to enjoy. They wouldn't eat it.
They wouldn't try your covered dish.
No.
Your own church.
Like I'd shown up with mud pies.
Oh, Betty, that is the most awful thing I have ever heard.
Well, you know what I told myself?
What?
I said to myself, Betty Little, one day you will be a community elder and an example to others. And when that day comes, you will offer the kindness and charity to young women that was so viciously denied to you.
That was very brave.
My resolve was only strengthened when I came to Kosciuszko and met Clayton, God rest his soul. The women here were colder to me than the women in Possum Neck ever were.
Well, given the situation.
Yes! Somehow all of the blame landed at my delicate feet. Those women are vipers, Rose. I cannot imagine how painful it was to be rejected by your own mother.
Well, she said I could reapply.
Oh, what? So she can reject you again?
I imagine so.
Oh, how wicked! You must be livid, your own mother.
It did hurt my feelings.
No. Insulting your earrings hurts your feelings. This was calculated cruelty. No, Rose, I get it. My mother was also an uppity bitch.
Betty.
Well, mothers like that, they say they want you to thrive. And I believe some part of them believes that, but never eclipsing them. You're allowed to do well, but never as well as they do. It is okay to be angry about that. Acknowledge it. Admit it. I won't tell anyone.
I'm so angry I could spit fire.
Darn right you are. If you are in any way unique, if you stand out at all, life in a small town does not get easier with time. After a while, folks stop feigning politeness and just take to despising you right out in the open. It might be quiet, but it is constant.
Yeah, it feels that way sometimes.
Girls and I got together to make sure nobody had to endure that alone. Maybe talk with Flower too while we're at it. And if you don't want to be a part of that, we understand, but you are never alone. You always have friends in us.
Thanks, Betty.
I'll make sure Rose replaces, I'll make sure Alice replaces your baby monitor. You take care of yourself, honey.
Betty, wait. I think I would be very happy as a member of the Attala County Garden Club.
I think you would too.
Is it too late to change my mind?
We already voted. All votes are final.
Then count me
Okay, now listen here. This is very important. You know I think the world of your husband. He's just precious.
Oh yeah, Mikey's pretty great.
But at the end of the day, he's still a man. And as you find fulfillment in the club, he's going to be jealous. You'll be envious. You have an interest that doesn't include him. Your mother isn't the only one that's going to try to keep you in your place.
No need to worry, Michael isn't like that.
Well, at the end, he'll be the first, and I'll celebrate him with a ticker-tape parade. I just want you to be prepared should you encounter that sort of hostility. And as a reminder, this is for you.
Oh,
It is the club brooch. We all wear them.
look how lovely.
It's a kudzu leaf. Uniquely southern, a beautiful menace, and utterly indestructible. I find that aspirational, don't you?
Oh,
Oh, I'm so sorry.
ow! It's okay.
I didn't draw blood, did I? Oh, I did.
It's just a pinprick, it's
I am
all.
so embarrassed. Just run a little cold water on it, put some aloe on it, all right?
I will.
Oh, hey,
Hi, baby.
Ms. Little Landrum.
Michael, catching me just as I'm running off.
All right.
Oh, I looked at your white baby. He is just as cute as his daddy.
Thank you, ma'am.
Rose, I will call you later. Bye-bye.
Bye. Why's she gonna call you?
You're home early.
Still waiting on paper rolls to come from Canton so they would get there till night shift. Why is Betty Little Landrum gonna call you?
Well, I suppose to talk club business. She's trouble.
Oh, you're joining up with those women.
I saw the upside, yes.
Cannot wait to hear this.
Michael, how many members of Lions Club are black?
What? Why
I know how many black men are in Lions Club.
Well, how many did you notice when you went the one time?
I feel like you already know the answer to that.
And everyone in City Garden Club is white. Same goes for Rotary Club, JC's. I've got plenty of other stuff too. Why do you think that is?
Rose, come on now. It's just the way things are with folks that age.
Oh, well, I do not think it's such a very good example for JoJo if we support organizations like that. Those are old ideas for old people. We went to desegregated schools. My Girl Scout troop was mixed. We have black friends.
We're friendly with black folks, Rose. We don't have black friends.
Well, don't you think that's terrible and we should?
I mean, yeah, sure. I really haven't thought about it.
It is high time we did something about it.
Whiplash. So you're saying you're joining this club because it's integrated?
That is only part of it. Everything that Mama's Club stands for is about preserving snobbery and making women feel left out and lower class just because they can. But if we say we won't have any part of that, if we build our own community, then they lose all their power, we outnumber them, and things around here will really change for the better.
Well, check out my revolutionary.
So, have your support.
Rosie, if it means you're going to hush up about me joining Lions Club, you have my support 100%.
Good. I'm gonna need it when my mama finds out.
over at my place. I never imagined I'd end up with so much. I made grasshopper pie and meat tea and little sachets for all my bureau drawers. My husband says the whole house smells like sticker Wrigley's. I don't know if that's good or bad.
Isn't it funny how moving in just a few feet makes all the difference in the world?
I believe my gardening guide has a recipe for moisturizing cream that calls for fresh mint. I'll look it up. Danita, how are your plants coming along?
Well, last night I planted those Japanese sassafras.
Oh.
I know, it's that rich green, I love it. So those are on the property line, 5 feet behind the gardenias.
5 feet.
The ferns only grow to a 4-foot arch.
Oh, Danita, honestly, tassel ferns have a 2-foot arch at best. I told you this.
You are going to have a bare patch where nothing will grow and it will look tragic. I do wish you consulted with us before you went off the plan we all agreed upon.
It's my yard, Betty. I didn't realize I was expected to clear everything with the group.
I believe that you did realize, and then you chose not to.
He is down, finally.
Bless his heart.
Well, he just wants my attention. Michael's taking over in the morning so I can get a couple of extra hours of sleep. I'm just wiped out from being in the garden so late.
You get used to it.
What'd I miss?
Danita was telling us about her new ferns, but she didn't go with the plot we made in club, so Betty and Alice are fixing to give her hell for it.
And Joe, we were about to do no such thing. Danita chose to improvise, which was a risky choice, and now she's going to have a bare patch. I was simply explaining how the knowledge of the club can prevent matters like this.
I am an authority on evergreen ferns. Why do I bother learning anything if nobody listens?
I'm sure it'll look fine.
It will after we fix it. We'll move the ferns over to the property line and we'll fill in with...
Himalayan maiden.
Yes, that's it exactly.
That would be pretty.
So fancy.
Oh, and we'll do it together. We'll all come over tonight. It won't take any time at all. Ladies, planting party at Danita's tonight?
I'll make some rotel
Oh,
dear.
Hell yeah!
Language.
Heck yeah! And I'll bring mint for everybody.
Oh, and then we can do the moisturizing cream. Oh, goody, it's gonna be so fun.
I'm sorry, I don't think I can.
Why on earth not?
But I'm making rotel dear. That is special occasion food.
Oh, the Chevette's still over at Edwards Tire. I should have known better than to take it to Jackson last weekend. Plus, I need to spend some time with Michael and JoJo. I've been so busy out in the yard. It is hard when we can only garden at night.
It makes all the difference in the world. Tell it, Effie Joe.
It makes all the difference in the world.
You added those jars of soil from our gardens to yours?
Yes.
And the soil from your mother's garden?
Well, not yet. My mama and I aren't talking much these days.
Oh no, Rose, you got to. It gives your garden a sense of history and community.
I know it sounds all silly and superstitious, but it really does work.
For real.
All right, I will. Even still, I just can't make it tonight.
What if you make dinner, put the baby down for the night, and come over after?
Yes, I believe that covers everything. It does. Ladies, motion for an official club outing at Danita's tonight.
I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed?
Nay.
And one opposed, and it appears that Rose abstains, but with the club majority voting in favor, motion passes.
I'm so excited for this rotel day.
Anita, are you okay with this?
All votes are final.
Rose, I got a little happy for you.
Oh?
Ooh, how fancy.
It's one of them new models with the selector switch. If it picks up outside signals, you just change the channel. And it's a two-way radio, battery operated. You can hook it on your waistband.
Alice, this is way nicer than the one I
Oh,
have.
ain't nothing. I get them at cost through the store. It'll make it easier for you to garden. You can sing them a little lullaby back to sleep without even coming inside the house.
Well, thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
That was very thoughtful, Alice. Now, to the business at hand. The Central Mississippi State Fair Flower Show is coming up.
Ooh, are we gonna do a club entry this
We
year?
do a club entry every year.
Really?
We just always get shut out.
I didn't realize.
It's all politics. But this year, things are gonna be different.
We have a surprise entry.
What is it?
It's gonna shock them stupid.
Rose, I cannot stress the importance of confidentiality.
Okay, sure.
She's right, Rose. This is the moment where you don't turn back. Once you know this, you're in the club to stay.
Listen to her. She has such a literary flair.
I think Danita's right. We can't have this getting back to the wrong element.
You ain't gonna blab to your mama, are ya?
Of course not.
Well, 2 years ago, Alice came to the gardening club with a common problem, the temperamental African violet.
Oh, I have no patience for them.
Who does?
And Danita mused that she'd been similarly outdone by the Easter lily. And then someone, was it me? Yes, it was, posited that it would just be nothing short of heaven on earth if we could somehow strengthen the constitution of both the African violet and the Easter lily, perhaps with a crossbreeding of some kind. It became a pet project.
We were reading all these books. Polly was like a scientist with all of her...
Polly Patterson?
Yes, Rose. Polly was a member.
She was Michael's great aunt on his mama's side.
Oh, I was unaware of the relation.
Y'all, this was her dining table.
Shoot. Now that I look at it, I think you're right.
So funny! I had no idea she was in the club.
Till the day she died.
In any event, Alice and Polly continued with the Easter lily African violet crossbreed.
We went through a bunch of generations.
Then Betty introduced more obscure techniques.
Traditional, I'd say. Long lost tradition to those who went before us. I was fortunate enough to locate one of my ancestors' gardening journals, so we decided to give it a go.
Anything was worth a try.
That's when we started gardening at night. Daddy's book told us to.
I mix salt in the soil for my tomatoes. The extension agent told me that was an old wives' tale, but you can't argue with the results.
Old wives' tale. That's what our ancestors were. Old wives. It was just common sense gardening. The more we followed the book, the better off we were.
Sounds logical to me.
Sure is. That's why it worked.
It did.
It is in Rose's carport, Anita. Here's the key. Do you get it?
The key?
Portable greenhouse. Alice's idea.
I've never built anything all by myself in my whole life. Like a little glass dollhouse.
So those dolls better not throw stones. Because they live in a glass house.
Oh, that is cute, Effie Joe.
It was the first time she said it. Go on and get it, Danita. Okay, we don't have much time before she gets back. We got a problem here.
What do you mean?
Should we,
Oh no, Rose has been in the club for 3 weeks. These conversations include her as well.
What's going on?
Danita deliberately went off that plan as an act of defiance. I'm not sure I can trust her loyalty.
She just tried something a little different, right? No harm in that.
Wrong. There is huge harm in that. We've had trouble from Danita before.
Trouble.
last year, just before Maybe?
Effie Joe, enough people are telling this story.
Just before Danita's husband had his accident, she up and quit the club. But did we hold that against her? No, we did not. We rallied round her and brought her back to the club when she needed us more than ever. But she still has difficulty conforming to club policy.
What happened to Maven?
Say what now?
Effie Joe said Maven. Is that her husband's name?
No, her husband's name is Gerald. He's a carpenter, or he was until...
Y'all ready?
Oh, brace yourself, Rose.
All right, Danita.
Ta-da!
Rose Shipley, you may now count yourself as the 6th person ever to bear witness to the Attala kudzu violily.
A whole new flower.
And they were filled with awe, saying, "We have seen extraordinary things today."
Good.
Luke 5:26.
How?
Crossbred with kudzu, it's unstoppable.
An invasive species can be tamed. Just takes a little time. The right soil acidity, a few prayers, maybe a little magic. 9 generations later, there she is.
Is it registered?
Not yet. We're worried city clubbers might hear tell of it. We want the kudzu violily to catch them with their drawers down.
It's beautiful.
I painted the pot.
It's very nice, Effie Joe.
I'm practicing.
This is our secret weapon, Rose.
Well, it's a doozy.
Never been so proud of anything in my life. My kids did not turn out this good.
My God, y'all. People are going to have so many questions. We could be published. Betty, you could give lectures.
Well, now, there's the pickle.
What?
A few of our methods might appear kind of extreme.
Well, whatever methods you use obviously work, right? Don't prove them wrong.
Betty,
Well, my gardening journal calls for communion with nature in a way that might seem strange to the uninitiated.
Communing with nature.
Praying over the plant, committing in the belief in its ability to grow, giving of yourself to the soil.
I don't know what that means.
she means our Mancy's.
I'm sorry.
Every month when we get our, visitor, we sounds so silly when you try to explain it. We collect it and add it to the soil.
Ew.
Indeed.
Why?
The book told us to. We do what the book says.
We voted on it, and you can't argue with the result.
Certainly cannot argue. That is true.
Still, didn't you feel, strange?
I think there's something poetic about it, isn't there? I mean, this flower, This flower that the club brought to life, well, it has a little bit of each of us in it. Our blood sustains its growth. That's a little bit beautiful, isn't it? It is.
Sure, there's something oddly. No, I'm sorry, it's just weird.
I'm confident your feelings will change with time.
Rose, we would like you to take care of the kudzu vine lily for a bit.
Oh, I do not like the sound of that, so no thank you.
But you've got to. It's your turn.
Would I have to?
There's no shame in it.
I feel so.
Rose, no one will ever duplicate the conditions under which this plant was created. The right words to say, our prayers, this delicate bit of perfection is wholly unique, and we want you to be a part of fostering its growth. Will you rise to the challenge?
Yes, of course. But I don't have anything to contribute just yet.
Well, of course not. You're still about 2 weeks out.
How do you know that?
She's a good guesser.
Well, that's settled. Rose, once you've made your contribution, take a cut and plant it in your backyard.
You want me to plant kudzu in my garden? That sounds like a terrible idea.
Oh, honey, this is no ordinary kudzu. We have tamed its power, and it will do as it is told, I assure you. Ladies, since we have an official club outing at Danita's tonight, I motion that we adjourn.
I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Oh, Rose, by the by, I haven't seen much progress in moving that cutting garden to the east side of your property.
Oh, I gotta put up some kind of a fence first. Lou Knighton, her yard backs up into mine. Her dog digs up anything I plant over there.
Well, that garden must be moved.
Betty, she said she'd put up a fence.
I know, Danita. I heard her. Come along, ladies.
Careful not to wake JoJo.
We'll be quiet as church mice.
Rose, you get that cutting garden moved.
Oh, I will.
Don't wait to start on that fence today.
Well, Danita, I don't.
Danita, your car's blocking me in.
Right behind you.
Don't mind waiting.
Rose, I'll get that peanut butter pie recipe from you tonight. It sounds delicious.
Okay.
Honestly, ladies, we can talk recipes later. Oh, Rose, honey, I hope we didn't cause that.
Cause what?
I believe I see your first gray hair. Oh, got it. We are just running you ragged. You get some rest. Come along, Danita.
See you tonight, Rose.
Bye. Who's there? Jolene, what are you doing out there?
I worried the baby might be sleeping, so I didn't want to knock and wake him up.
Well, he's napping, but it's fine, really. You must have seen I had
I
people.
saw all the cars. Oh, honey, your hair.
Oh, I know. I'm sorry I haven't been in lately. Been so busy with JoJo.
Well, I brought you some deep conditioning treatment.
Oh, how thoughtful. Would you like to come in?
No, I gotta get back to the airport pretty quick.
Oh, well, thanks for the hair stuff.
You painted your front door.
Yes, last weekend.
What color would you call that?
I don't know, periwinkle.
Paint blue. Same color as Betty Little Landrum's.
Well, I've never heard it called by that name, but yes, Betty suggested it to highlight my azaleas.
So you went and joined that county garden club.
About a month ago now.
Rose, you do not want to be mixed up with those girls. They're trash. Every one of them. And I'm an expert on the subject, being trashed myself.
Jolene, you don't know them like I do. That is just what the city clubbers want you to think.
Alice Hodge perms her own hair, Rose, like a lunatic. And Effie Joe Pickles' children had lice, so she shaved their heads. Why would she do that? There is a shampoo.
Jolene, they are good women who love their gardens. I'm having a nice time with them.
Rose, listen to your hairdresser. I know that you won't hear this till you're good and ready, but that club causes trouble for folks.
Jolene, thank
Hush
you.
up. You realize what you've gotten yourself into, you call me, and I'll help you out.
Jolene,
I
really,
told Polly to call me. She never did. But you will. It's in your cards. You'll call me. And we'll fix this.
Jolene, I got a fence to build. I will walk you to your car. Hi, you reached the Shipley's. We're not home right now, but you can leave us a message after the beep.
Rose? Rose? Rose! The baby's crying.
Then pick him up.
Where the hell were you?
He just needed his passy. It was right next to him.
What's he doing in the crib this late?
Well, he was out in his swing all afternoon. I just put him down to cool off and nap. I was coming right in. He just started crying.
What are you doing out there?
Building a fence. You know, you can calm him down too.
I can't calm JoJo down while I'm mad.
Why are you mad?
Why am I mad? Why are you outside while the baby's crying? Why does our kitchen look like the stock room at the Walmart? Where's dinner?
I don't know. Why don't I figure that out while you finish turning into your daddy?
That ain't fair.
You're telling me.
You just let the baby alone in here. Anything could have happened.
I got a new monitor. I can take it outside with me. See?
Where did you get money for that?
It was a gift from Alice Hodge so I can do my gardening.
This crap's getting out of hand, Rose. You're always outside or on the phone or in a meeting.
Well, I'm sorry I'm part of something now, something that's important to me.
Well, what about your home? JoJo? Me? Aren't we important?
Of course you are. I'm sorry things are changing,
Why do
but
things gotta change?
because that's what happens when you grow up. Eventually you'll find that out. That came out wrong.
You start hanging with that bunch of losers and you think you're better than me? Being in that club ain't making you a grown-up, Rose. It's making you a joke. People keep asking what you're doing with them, why you want friends like
You'll
that.
see, Michael. When the flower show comes, they'll all see. Just look at that flower, baby. Don't you understand?
That is the ugliest flower I've ever seen.
It grew.
Oh, well, good for it.
No, I mean, it grew since I last saw it. What the hell?
I don't want you in that club anymore, Rose.
Oh my God! Yeah, I told Betty you were different, that you'd never do this. Just look at you. She was right.
You know who you're acting like? Aunt Polly. You wonder why she ended up living in that big old house all by herself with nobody around? It's because she's pulling crap like this. She used to get up in the middle of the night and move her shrubs around, and all she could ever talk about was her stupid flowers because that's all she had. I want my wife back, Rose.
Where do you think you're going?
I'm taking JoJo over to Mama and Daddy's to get some supper.
For God's sake, Michael, do not bring Claudine into this. I will never hear the end of it. I'll make supper.
I don't want you to go tend to your garden.
I wish you could see that I'm doing this for us.
And I wish you could see that you're not.
Michael, I'm cooking. Hey! Let me get cleaned up. I'll come with you.
You stay here. I'll be back later.
Michael, get back in this house. we haven't been talking much lately, but I was gonna make Meemaw's cowbird pie, and I wasn't sure if I needed to toast the pecans first. So if you could call me and tell me, because I don't know what to do, and I need your help with the cowbird pie. So just call, or maybe just stupid machine.
Rose, I came to give you a ride. The girls will be at the house soon.
It's pretty spectacular. Whole new flower.
I know. It really is something.
I can't do it, Danita. It's hurting my family. Me and Mama are fighting. Michael will talk to me, and it's just too much. I can't balance it all. And that's it. I just can't.
That's not all of it.
Well, first the gardening at night. Now Betty wants me to bury my contacts in a flower pot. It's all getting kind of twisted.
But it works.
And why the hell does Effie Joe Pickle know when I get my monthly? Did you catch that? It was unsettling.
You had every chance to walk away and you chose not to.
Well, I've changed my mind. I'm sure Betty will understand.
What on earth makes you think that? In this club, a vote is more than a vote. No one just up and leaves.
Well, didn't you? For a while?
I did. The methods and motives of the group weren't sitting right with me, so I formally resigned. Within weeks, my yard was infested with wasps and yellow jackets. Our cat got a kidney infection. My strawberry patch withered before my eyes. That's when Betty and Alice showed up on my doorstep, asking me to come back to the club. Betty said not having me there was like losing an appendage.
Well, a bit dramatic.
And a week later, my husband cut off 3 of his fingers with a circular saw.
Oh! Danita, I'm so sorry. But you don't think that...
Betty took credit for it, Rose. She came to the hospital while Gerald was still in surgery, and she took credit for it. All sugar sweet. Said I should come back to the club. I could use the support. I should think of what's best for my family.
How is Gerald now?
Thank you for asking. They never do. He can't grip with his right hand. He's a carpenter who can't hold tools. He supervises, but he can't put hands on a project anymore. So he's healed, but he's not healed, you know?
I don't understand how they could do any of
The
this.
book. They learned it all from Betty's gardening book. I suspect Betty's got Alice and Effie Joe there the same way. They're afraid. We all saw what happened to Polly.
Aunt Polly had a heart attack.
Polly wanted to quit. She came to see me at the library. Said she'd been doing some reading. Said she knew a way to fight off Betty with some secret weapon. But that's not how it went down. Polly had that heart attack while Betty was at her house.
But why would she want me to...
Effie Joe stole your teacup and read your leaves. You gotta make talent. Plus, you got something she wants.
What?
The altar for her coven is in your kitchen.
Not my heirloom dining table!
Every ritual we've ever performed was done right there.
But it's so stately.
No, it's evil and it doesn't go with the room.
I know.
Betty's gonna try and swap things from you, Rose. I saw her take your head this afternoon. She'll get your blood as soon as you add it to the soil.
Oh, she already has it. When she gave me my club pen, my hand.
That was clever.
But why? Why is she doing all of this?
Same reason crazy rich wild ladies do anything, I suppose. Power, control. She wants revenge on all those who mistreated her, and she needs us to make it happen. You'll be incorporated into the rituals. You'll do as she asks. Just try not to let her hurt anyone.
I can't believe you just go along with it.
Sometimes all you can do is make it through. And if I'm honest, I wouldn't mind if some folks in this town reap what they sow. You're not old enough to remember when they combined the schools. 20 years ago, I saw these people sink to a level of ugly that they were just teenagers, you know. How they have that much hate in them? Who taught them? Why did they teach them? But it's the 80s, and we got a fat black girl from Kosciuszko with her own TV show. Everybody loves Oprah. Never mind how she got the hell out of here as quick as she could. Never mind how they would have treated her if she stayed. But Oprah's rich, and white girls love her.
Well, it's true. I love her so much.
So everything's bygones and all's forgiven, I guess. And anyone who dares to claim otherwise is ungrateful and agitated. Those racist jerks who knock the books out of my hands in the halls of junior high every single day, they're the ones who bring their kids to the children's section in the library. And I just grit my teeth and smile. So when Betty offers the possibility of those jerks getting some small measure of what they've earned, yeah, Rose, she has my attention.
I get it.
No, you don't. But your compassion is appreciated. Look, it's not all gloom and doom. The gardening tips actually work. We created a whole new species of flower. Betty cast a spell to help Effie Jo with that gay husband of hers. When the magic is employed for good, it's not a bad thing. It's Betty who wants to do harm. If you and I work together in the club, we can keep her in check with small measures.
Tanita, there is another option.
What's that?
We can fight her.
How?
I don't know. I'm gonna need to call my hairdresser. Instructions from Jolene. One of her boyfriends came over with a whole setup.
What for?
Not really sure.
I'm on a long lunch. I gotta be back at the library at 1.
The look what came in yesterday from the Hines
County Interlibrary alone.
Good. I finished the other ones last night. Oh, Secrets of the Ancient Covens. Man, these last time life books are amazing.
I tell you what, my ladies and sleeping. I was up way too late reading.
Tell me stuff.
The book. That's Betty's Book of Shadows. It's where the high priestess keeps all her secret magic knowledge.
The priestess.
That's what Betty is. She's our high priestess. Spooky, right?
So spooky. Okay, so we gotta get our hands on it and burn it.
What, the book?
Yeah, if that's where she keeps her, witchy power.
Rose, I've only seen that book the one time she brought it to a meeting, and she didn't let anybody touch it.
Well, I wasn't at that meeting. I'll just ask to go to her house and take a look at it.
Rose, no. You must never be alone with Betty. It's not safe. Look what happened to Polly.
So what then?
I don't know. You're the one who said your beautician had all the freaking answers.
I'm counting on it.
I lost one of my damn boots.
Julie!
I don't even know how that happened. When I left the airport, I had on 2 boots. And when I got out of my truck here, I only had one.
I'm sorry.
It's all right. They hurt my feet anyway. Lou Knighton, I'm sorry I'm late, but Lou Knighton showed up with a picture of Joan Collins and said, make me look like this. And I said, the only way I could make that happen is to staple the damn picture to your face. I hate that woman. I hope y'all don't mind the smell of sage, because you're going to need to get used to it.
I don't
And
understand.
I've got 5 canisters of salt in here. I brought all I had in my pantry.
Oh, well, thank you.
You're going to need a lot more. And stock up on vacuum cleaner bags. This makes a hell of a mess. It's how you cast your sacred circle. We'll get to that. Right now, I need an extension cord. So you must be Danita. Yes. I talked to Modine Winters about you. She said you are good people.
You talked to my hairdresser?
Yeah. We all talk. Now, help me with this, would you?
What's this?
It's my presentation. You know, I would not say no to something sweet.
Oh, sure. I got some Lorna Doones,
Ooh.
I think.
That'll work.
I'm still not clear on what.
Did you ever go to vacation Bible school, or is that just a white thing?
No, we did it too.
Did they ever use shadow puppets to act out Bible stories for you?
Are you acting out Bible stories?
No, but shadow puppetry is my preferred medium for storytelling. I seem to recall an offer of some Lorna Doones. That is store-brand shortbread from Super Saver.
You can't tell the difference.
I did. Just now. Didn't you hear me?
Jolene, you're begging, not choosing.
Okay, girls. Who are we waiting on?
Nobody. It's just us.
No, we're missing one. When we talked on the phone, I said you would need the power of 3. And you said, okay, we're ready then, so where's your third?
I meant you.
Oh, no. I am merely here as an instructor and a guide. I am not a soldier in this battle. Hairdressers must remain neutral. It's part of the code.
Even in a fight for good versus evil.
Okay, so then you've got to let go of concepts like that. You've got light and you've got dark. And anybody who's ever breathed has some of it in them. Now, Betty is embracing the dark magic right now, but she is not inherently evil. She is, however, a bitch. Hey, take one of these counterfeit Florida dudes. Well, how is it?
I don't know, it's fine.
No. This is how you girls ended up where you're at. We train women all their lives to say, it's fine, I'm fine, that's fine, no matter how god-awful things really are. Nobody's going to give you a ribbon for how much shit you're willing to tolerate. If you don't call a bad cookie bad, then the good cookie doesn't mean anything. It's how standards work. So call the cookie bad. Get the hell away from the cookie. Life lessons, ladies. Okay. I'm gonna call my boyfriend to come get my stuff.
Oh, Jolene, wait! You said that you'd help us.
You cannot fight a coven without the power of 3. It'd be like listening to Trio without Dolly Parton. You just have Linda Ronstadt and Emmylou Harris. Nobody wants that, Rose. Betty still has Alice and Effie Joe. She's too powerful. You'll be dead as Polly Patterson if you try and challenge her.
I think we can recruit Effie Joe.
That woman is as dumb as a bag of birds. She shaved her kids' heads.
Oh, I know.
All she needed was lye, shampoo, and a comb.
I told her.
I am very sensitive to crimes against hair.
I understand.
Jolene, I'm telling you, we can get Effie Joe.
Fine. We'll start with the 2 of you.
All right, let's be clear on what exactly is going on here, Jolene.
Okay. Plug that in. I am 1/4 Choctaw. I come from a long line of shaman women whose sole purpose in the tribe was healing and nurturing life. My granny, the wise old crone, brought me up in the tradition. I got one hell of a third eye, and it's open mighty wide.
I thought you were a Methodist.
Christianity's only been around 2,000 years, but yeah, I dig the new stuff. I contain multitudes and command the power of the ancient.
And yet you lost the shoe on the way home.
Here, take this and sit. Rosie, the lights.
This is so exciting. I wasn't expecting a presentation.
Should we be taking notes or something?
No, just pay attention. I move quick. All right. start the tape. Long ago, there was a beautiful maiden whose daughter was the chief of a tribe of Pascagoula Indians who lived and hunted on the ancestral lands now known as Meridian and Mobile. The chief's daughter was not only of great beauty, but generally regarded as one of the finest shamans around. Native folk would come from all over for her wisdom and her magic. She was called by the people in her tribe Attala.
I've heard this story before.
You only think you have, stay with me. Now, at the same time, the area was being settled by the French. Oui, oui, monsieur, we have arrived in Mississippi. Now, come one day, this French soldier goes wandering into the woods, and who does he come across but Attala herself performing a little ritual. And just like that, bam, love at first sight. So time goes by, and they meet up for some smooching in the wild here and there, you know, like you do. But the soldier ends up getting caught for deserting his post. And the soldier gets court-martialed. You, monsieur, are sentenced to la execution, to be shot in the head at sunrise. Au revoir.
Oh, that is so sad.
Yeah, but you don't mess with a magic woman in love. So Attala throws on her cloak and heads over to the fort. I am Princess Attala of the Pascagoula tribe. Please, guard, I only wish to see my true love one last time. Very well, mademoiselle. I cannot resist a story of tragic true love. So Attala goes to the cell. She comes out a little while later, and she wanders off into the woods. And the next morning, the guards come around to get Frenchie so they can kill him before breakfast. And who do you think that they find in the cell?
Attala.
Yes!
No.
She used a glamour. She cast a spell on the cloak. Frenchie had disappeared the night before.
Did they kill her?
No, you know how the French are about love. Besides, they got on pretty well with the local tribe, and killing the chief's daughter would have snuffed that out pretty quick. So, they let her go. Attala, mon ami, you are alive. I am so grateful. Soldier, we must run away and start a new life, far from my tribe and the French army. Oui, oui, mon petit chou, will you marry me?
Oh.
Yes, but only if you do not stand in the way of me continuing to practice the rituals that saved your life. But of course, I am so grateful.
I'm sorry. I gotta be back at work at 1, and I don't see how any of this.
Don't break my flow. Now, eventually, the Protestant mentality took over, and the settlers began to reject anything that had to do with savages and whatnot. No surprise there. But here comes Frenchie. Mon ami! The villagers, they are concerned that you are doing the rituals and the things. You must stop, or what? But Attala had a pretty dedicated group of ladies by this point. So they kept right on with the same procedures she taught them. Women folk of my village, we are forced to perform the rituals in secret, but we will still meet and commune with the higher forces. But we must call it something else. From now on, our collective will be known as
A garden club.
ding, 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 ding. 10 points for Danita.
But the county garden club ain't a bunch of Pascagoula tribal women. It's witches.
Yes, but this is where it has its roots. You see, all bad ideas are spin-offs of generally good ideas. I mean, look at how good All in the Family was and how bad Archie Bunker's place was.
They killed Edith. Why would they do that?
You can't have Archie Bunker without Edith.
What about the Jeffersons? That was a spin-off.
Oh, she's right, Jolene. What about the Jeffersons?
Oh, yes, I love that show too. I did, but that's not the point of the story.
Also Maud.
Oh, which gave us good times. Dynamite.
No, don't do that.
formed with their old tradition, mixing voodoo, hoodoo, candomblé, druid, native ritual, you name it. No two clubs are exactly the same. Gotta love America. Eventually, the land bears the name of Attala.
And that's how we get Attala County.
Attala County, Mississippi becomes famous for having the cleanest drinking water in the state. During the Civil War, not one shot was fired within the county line. This is sacred space, protected by honest, hard-working kitchen witches.
And no tornado has ever touched the ground in Attala County. My Meemaw taught me that.
On your daddy's side, Earlene Anderson,
Yep.
witch.
No, not
Yeah.
my Meemaw.
Scandinavian, Norris magic. I used to see her running through the woods topless during the lunar eclipse.
And she was a court stenographer.
Rose, it's the 80s. We just got day jobs. I mean, look at Danita's beautician.
Modena.
Yeah.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I'll be damned. I should have known. How else is she able to perm color treated hair?
Now, when black people say perm, you mean straight, right?
And you'll mean curly. Jolene, what is that?
Ladies, while I understand and I appreciate your interest in hair, we have gotten way off point. Oh, start that tape. Possum Neck, Mississippi, 1930. Welcome to the Possum Neck City Gardening Club. My name is Beatrice Bullis. I come from a family with a fabulous Choctaw mysticism on my mama's side and an Eastern European witch on my daddy's side. As high priestess of my club, I will endeavor to merge the finer qualities of both. Now, Beatrice Bullis could garden. Possum Neck had plants going to Nashville.
Wow.
I know. Oh, look. I am pregnant. Congratulations, Mrs. Bullis. You're having twins. Oh, my. Now, there is some serious magical juju around that. Oh, it's time. But one of the twins is stillborn, which wasn't unheard of back in the day.
Oh, that's sad.
I shall name my surviving child Betty with an E on the end, even though it's pretentious, and I will raise her in the ways of the club. Now, we all know if there's one surviving twin, that kid's bound to be evil.
You know what? I didn't know that.
Well, we do. That same year, Possum Neck won nationals with 9 shades of morning glories, 2 of which were colors previously unrecorded. That's where the color Possum Neck green comes from.
I've never heard of Possum Neck greens.
That's because it's hideous. It's the same color they use in mental hospitals and public school cafeterias.
I always wondered what that color was.
Now, Betty shows aptitude, but no real talent. She's smart, but no real raw ability. She grows up, she gets married, and eventually, members of the Possum Neck City Garden Club, my mother has died. In accordance with club tradition, I shall take her place as club president. Now, Possum Neck clubbers were Dianic dogs.
Dianic?
It's a witchy term for all girls. Priestess appoints a successor, blood oaths, all of that.
I really should be taking notes.
And Betty is a good organizer, but there's a weird shift in the group when she takes over. She pushes the members to do magic other than growing pretty summer squash. Simple, harmless stuff at first, mostly weather conditions, but then it gets darker. Bad mojo, things her mama would have never done, causing illness and insects and stuff. Things you don't want to dabble in. Possum Neck Club cast her out. didn't want any part of that. So she moved to Kosciuszko.
And surprise, surprise, the mayor left his wife for her.
Yeah, Betty obviously thought she moved to the top of the heap as the head of the society, but they rejected her too. And she was pissed. So she started plotting her revenge. I hope y'all can guess the rest because this is where I ran out of construction paper.
How do you know all this?
Do you know Betty's hairdresser too?
Of course I know her hairdresser. There's a network. Listen, Betty lacks talent, but she can plan and she can organize. Now, Alice Hodge is only useful if you need drywall screws and a Bible verse. And Effie Joe is stupid.
I think Effie Joe is sweet.
Stupid people have to be sweet or else nobody will look after them. I think with a little training, this should be a hurdle that we can cross. Now, Betty is your one bad apple, but there are other covens that are up to no good. They are way more powerful, and you don't want to cross them.
That is a little terrifying.
Stay focused.
Now, Betty really needs you. Danita, you know how hard she'll go to keep you in line. You must have real talent. You too, Rose.
Cute. Or maybe she just wants my heirloom dining table.
Let her have it. Doesn't go with the room.
That's Polly Patterson's table.
Oh, hell. That's an altar.
So I've been told.
We'll cleanse it.
Oh, I got some Murphy's also.
Not looking for suggestions. Betty has made herself vulnerable. The first rule of magic is do what you will, harm none. Betty's given in to base instincts. It's made her weak. We bind her. Now, you'll need some lessons. Learn to focus your energy. And if Effie Joe is your third, you are starting with one flat tire, so you gotta be flawless.
I will get Effie Joe over here this afternoon.
Great. Is this a Time Life magazine?
Yes, we've been studying.
I'm gonna need you to stop doing independent study. Lord. Weird.
Rosie?
Michael, what are you doing home?
Left my lunchbox. What's all this?
Well, Jolene was, she put together a sort of presentation.
It is my presentation, Mike.
Hey, Miss Jolene.
Hey.
Anita, nice to see you. I hope you come by to get some rolls of paper towels.
I'm all stocked up.
Oh, that's a shame, because we have a friggin' 1,000 of them. Miss Jolene, you need any paper towels or, I don't know, 80 cups of sugar?
Yeah, I'll take some. Thanks, Mike.
Because, see, my wife likes to join clubs, and then we all have to live with the fallout.
Michael, please.
And when one stupid club wouldn't let her in, she lost her damn mind.
That is unfair.
Damn right it's unfair, and you guys are just egging her on, making her water her plants in the middle of the night like a Looney Tune, then wander around half-slept and agitated. And if I question one whit, say anything, I'm the bad guy. Like I'm some anti-women's lib redneck, which just ain't true. And what the hell is in the doorway?
That is my scream for my puppy show.
And why the hell are you guys playing Aunt Polly's records in the nursery?
What do you mean?
I said, why are you playing Aunt Polly's records?
Oh. Oh my goodness.
Ever since that woman died, it's like she's infested this house. I have half a mind to break up this table for firewood. I wish she hadn't left it to us.
She didn't.
Of course she did. It was in the will.
She didn't leave it to us. She left it to you.
Oh, secret weapon! Secret weapon!
She knew he had talent, and she's been trying to get our attention.
Polly? Polly, is that you?
What the hell is going on?
Jolene, I think we found our nerd. Woo!
brownies are real good.
Oh, thank you, Effie Joe. I'm so glad you could come over. We've never had the chance to visit, just the two of us.
Aw, fun.
You know, Effie Joe is short for.
Euphrosyna Jehona. It's Albanian.
Oh, now I'll be honest, I don't know much about Albania.
Me neither. I've never left Mississippi. I hear Mother Teresa and John Belushi are Albanian. I like to think of myself as a cross between the two.
Oh, I could see that. How old are your kids?
10, 8, 7, 4, and twins just turned 3.
My goodness, what a handful.
Yeah, used to be. Not so much anymore.
Oh, really? How so?
I learned some prayers. They helped me with my marriage and my kids.
Oh, I think that's just great.
It is. You'll learn new prayers too.
Oh, I already pray.
Then it should come real easy to you.
And Effie Joe, I do not see a reason to pretend here. I know about the magic. How the club, you know, made the kudzu via lily.
Betty's garden book. It's from ye olden times.
Yes, but I know about the other stuff too. I know what happened to Polly.
Wasn't that just tragic and sad?
Yes, it was.
You know, she said she was going to stop us. She was going to take our brand new flower and she was going to burn her table so we couldn't have it for the club no more.
Ooh, that would have been something,
But the club looks after itself.
does it?
I mean, think of Danita. She didn't know how much she needed us until she tried to quit. And then she came back.
But what choice did Danita have? Look what Betty did to her husband.
No, Rose. Danita did that to her husband by trying to quit. Betty and Alice tried to warn her, but she made her choices. And then she came back to the folks who care about her. I mean, come on, Rose. Ain't you mad? When you think about your mama and all those snooty heifers in the city club pulling strings like we're just their play puppets and they can do whatever they want, don't that make you mad?
Of course it does, but that doesn't mean that.
Rose, Betty is listening. Betty is always listening. Careful there, you clumsy bullfrog. You dropped it right on the floor now, didn't ya? Oh, look, the battery cover's coming off. I'll get it. Repeat after me. Aconitum.
Aconitum, what is that? A magic word?
When she asks, you just say aconitum.
When who asks?
I'm so sorry. I know what you and Janina are trying to do, but they cannot think I'm on your side. I got 6 kids to worry about. Betty gave them all lice, I had to shave their heads. Now it's working. This here is a durable piece of merchandise.
Why did you shave their heads?
Betty said I had to.
No! Effie Joe, there is a shampoo!
What?
So they come with a little comb, Effie Joe. You can't just. Janina and I have kids.
Knock, knock.
Alice! Hi!
Hi. Mind if I join you?
What brings you over?
I was in the neighborhood, saw your car out front, thought I'd drop in and join the tea party. You know me, just being spontaneous and fun.
Yes, Alice, that is how I always describe you.
That baby monitor's not giving you trouble, is it? It's brand new.
Rose dropped it. Batteries came out. I fixed it.
I'll have a look. Give it here.
I already fixed it.
I'm a professional.
Alice, your car door is open, and I think you left your engine running.
Keeps my car nice and cool. So what were y'all gabbing about? I love girl talk.
Actually, Alice, I'm glad you come by when you did.
Why is that?
Rose here thinks she's figured a few things out. And now she's having doubts about the debut of our brand new flower.
Oh, really?
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are.
Okay, maybe I am. A little.
And what is it you think you figured out, Rose?
Aconitum.
Well, look at you. I'm impressed.
I thought you might be. Or maybe I did not think that. Say more, please.
Calling it a conatum. Effie Joe just calls it wolfsbane or monk's hood.
It's hard to remember science words.
Finally, someone else in this club who appreciates the proper names of things. Yes, the unexpected contribution to the hybrid is a conatine. What's the issue?
Tell her what I told you, Effie Joe.
Rose here is nervous about what will happen to the town when we unleash kudzu that carries a powerful neurotoxin.
We're gonna plant kudzu that makes people go crazy.
It will make some people go crazy. In others, it may induce a coma or cardiac arrest. The field testing ain't been conclusive, but we know it's effective.
It's so cool. I love it.
That thing has been in my house, around my kid, my husband, me.
Rose, can we dispense with the dramatics, please, and thank you? We obviously said a protection prayer for you and your family.
Well, it wasn't a prayer, it was a spell.
Honestly, try and spot the difference.
Rose, you're being kind of a brat right now.
Alice, Effie Joe, I am pretty sure if you look in Betty's gardening book, the first instruction will be, do what you will, harm none.
I don't know, maybe.
And the Bible tells you not to eat shrimps or wear cotton poly blends. Even the faithful pick and choose, Rose.
Girls, I think of you as friends.
Oh, do you now? How sweet and thoughtful, Alice. You hear that? We're Rose's friends.
Huh. I don't know if that's been my experience.
Let's see, Rose. You ever been to my house? You ever asked me to come with you and Danita on one of your Super Saver trips to Jackson? No, I don't think so. You ever asked me how I'm holding up living with 6 kids, both my in-laws and my prissy husband? No, I don't think so. And since the day I met you, I have been offering to teach you how to make lovely scented jar candles, perfect for hostess gifts and baby showers. And have you ever once taken me up on the offer? No, I don't think so. I ain't your friend, Rose. You are the worst kind of snob. Because even crawling down in the gutter with the town trash, you still think you're better than us. And if your mama liked you a little better, and the city club had voted your uppity butt in, you'd be sitting up there on a tuffet, looking down on the county club, including your new pal Danita. We should kick you out of the club.
It's fine by me. I wish you would.
F. Joe, that's enough. Nobody's getting thrown out.
I have had it up to here with Miss Sunshine flies out of my backside, Rose Chipley. Oh, her baby's all pink and perfect and so quiet, it creeps me out. And her husband is all cute and straight, and she lost all her baby like 4 damn months.
I don't treat you like trash, Effie Joe Pickle. You just are trash. Now why don't you run on home to your literary kids and quit stinking up my kitchen?
I do not stink.
You smell like a freaking birthday candle.
Okay, now I'm mad.
F. Joe, don't you dare take off them earrings. I'm serious.
Get the hell out of here, both of you!
F. Joe, get yourself outside right now. Rose, calm yourself. It's gonna be fine.
I have had it up to here with you people!
We're going.
You are going to be in big trouble when Betty hears about this. And Betty will hear!
Good. Tell Betty I quit!
When I agreed to this, you said if me and Rose and Danita worked real hard, we could be ready in about a month.
That's right.
Miss Jolene, that was less than 8 hours ago.
I believe that's correct.
Then what the hell are we doing?
The best that we can. Rose quit the club. The fight is coming to your door.
Could you say anything encouraging right now?
Your wedding. Remember your wedding?
Yes, ma'am, I do.
Didn't your mama look pretty?
Yes, ma'am, she did.
That was a wig. Claudine had given herself an oil treatment the night before, and her hair was slick like a mud guppy. All I could do was cover it up.
Your point?
That people really Everybody shouldn't ought to do their hair right before something or an event. I don't know what gets into people.
Woman, why are you telling me this story?
Because the wig was the last minute solution and it worked out fine.
How often are you told that you're a very confusing person?
This is why I'm much better with shadow puppets. Look, if Polly says that you've got talent, honey, you've got talent. You just need to believe in it.
Yeah, that's kind of the hardest part.
Magic, faith, love. It all comes down to trusting something bigger than you.
You really think I can do this?
I'm counting on it.
Jolene, you still here?
I'm in the kitchen, honey. Okay, now keep your mouth shut. We're on the air.
All right. Everything's ready. Danita's hiding in the bedroom till it's time to make our move.
Betty is not gonna know what hit her. Plus, you look adorable.
Oh, I needed something I could move in.
Smart thinking. You know, how we navigate important things in our life usually comes down to what we're wearing at the time. That's a proven point.
I wish you'd reconsider and help us out tonight. It's just going to be me and Danita up against the three of them.
Oh, honey, I can't. It's not my fight. Besides, you always need your most powerful crone protecting the children.
Please keep my boys safe.
You have my word. So your husband's really not coming tonight?
No, me and Mikey had a pretty big fight after Alice and Effie Joe left. He doesn't believe in any of this, Jolene. He wants nothing to do with it and thinks we're all crazy. And I don't know, maybe he's right.
Honey, you've got this. You've got your binding charms. You know what to say. And I made you a little sachet of herbs in the back for protection.
Glamour, bind, then we cast her out and banish her.
And remember to keep your candles lit through the entire ritual. If you blow them out, you got to start all over again. And leave an opening in the circle for Betty to go through. And then take the salt and close it. It'll keep you protected.
Won't she see me do that?
Well, that's why we're keeping it nice and dark so we can be sneaky.
Your best advice is be sneaky.
At this point, yes. I gotta go kick rocks. She'll be here in 30 minutes. Good luck. You're really brave.
Thanks, Jolene. I cast this circle thrice about. Once for the world of daylight, for the world of intellect and clarity. Once for the world of moonlight, for the world of intuition and secrets. Once for the world out of time, between all spaces. Earth, wind, fire, water, all accounted for. God and Goddess, please, come on in and give me a hand here. Spirit of Attala, teacher, healer, I invite you into my sacred space. Please protect me and mine from within this place. Protect us from the Attala County Garden Club, from Betty Little Landry. Protect them, us, from doing harm to themselves and harm to others. With love and trust and the power of three, I thank...
Hello, dear.
Betty, I wasn't expecting you for at least another half hour.
Oh, I simply could not wait. I have just been wrung out and flopped over since Alice told me about what happened this afternoon.
Well, I hope you didn't get all dressed up on my account. I feel underdressed.
Oh, honey, the club makes an effort for special occasions.
What's the occasion?
Well, bringing you back into the fold, dear. I brought my gardening guide. I thought we could go over it together.
Oh, I would just love that.
I bet you would. I owe you an apology. I was trying not to overwhelm you with too much too soon, but seems all I've done is pique your curiosity.
I am so curious.
Careful, Hutch. No curiosity did the cat. Honestly, Rose, that's a joke. You were treating me like I'm some stranger.
I have a suggestion.
I'm all ears.
Why don't we quit pretending and acknowledge the things that we both know?
Fine by me. You can take off that baby monitor. We both know your son isn't in this house. And neither is your husband, is he? I hate that I was right about him. I hate that I am forever right about man. Come on out, Danita. Stop being shy.
Betty, if you're casting a glimmer, it won't work on either of us. There's a protection spell on this circle.
Look at the two of you. You spend half an hour with some pagan beautician. She does you a little skit and suddenly you're experts. Ladies, please. Real life, real history, it's messy and it's complicated. And it can't be summed up in a puppet show. Oh, that it could.
I know that you were cast out of Possum Neck Garden Club. I know about your mother. I know about the neurotoxin in the kudzu lily. I know.
Rose, rest your mouth. There's not a damn thing the two of you think you know that I don't already know.
I'd like to know how you think you know what we know.
I told you nothing in this town gets by me. You know, honestly, I'd love to see Jolene's version of the story sometime. I hear what she lacks in accuracy, she covers with style.
Consecrate and cleanse this spatula pure and fit to dwell within this sacred circle.
Abide you, Betty, from doing harm to yourselves and harm to others.
Well, that was a waste of your time.
Mind if I join you?
Damn, Alice, look at you.
Thanks. Well, I killed it myself. You spilled something.
Where's Uncle Joe?
Running late. One of her kids has chicken pox or started a fire or something. It's really hard for me to retain anything that girl says.
Well, the baby's not here.
Yes, Betty, I already saw that.
Jolene Gladney's got him. I didn't know if you knew.
Then you could just ask me instead of making one of your great lady pronouncements.
Well, excuse me for living.
Y'all all right?
We're fine.
Danita, again.
Abide you, Betty and Alice, from doing harm to yourselves and harm to others.
Now come on. You saw me sweeping up the sacred circle. Did Jolene not explain how this works?
You can lose your sad little wands.
These two know about the baby monitor.
I knew that. Of course I knew that. I was building up to a big reveal.
They were putting you on and you fell for
No,
it.
I was building up.
Your ego makes you gullible.
At this precise moment, I am in no mood to take criticism from Granny Clampett.
I don't have to take guff from you, Betty. You can't do any of this without me.
What is happening right now?
I was doing just fine without you. Just fine.
Oh, please. You've been under my wing so long, you've forgotten what rain feels like. You need me just like you needed Mama. Someone's always got to do your homework.
I do not need you, and I never needed Mama.
Oh, sweet baby Moses, evil twin, evil twin.
You can just say twin.
Your sisters.
Why else would I put up with her?
In the puppet show, you died.
Oh, Rose, do you believe everything you see in a puppet show? The Muppet movie must have blown you damn mind.
And what did happen to you, Alice?
I was sent off to a specialized coven and trained in the old ways, like going to military school. I'm not the evil twin, I'm the one with all the talent.
Actually, Alice, social skills are also a talent.
You want to know who's evil? Ask which one of us puts her cast iron skillet in the dishwasher.
She sounds like a real chore, Alice. I don't know how you put up with it.
Oh, don't bother. Alice isn't introspective enough for reverse psychology.
You hear that? Even when she's defending me, there's still an insult. But battlefields make strange allies. So I go to all this effort for a sister who sat in the womb for 9 months with her ass on my face, leaving me with my blemish.
No way. Betty, does that mean you got a big old birthmark on your butt?
I don't know what that has to do with anything.
Oh, okay. So you do.
Look, Alice got all the training, but not all the talent. They poured centuries of craft into her. An empty vessel waiting to be filled. And do you know what she did with it? After a lifetime of searching, do you know where I found her? In the hardware store, sitting on a stool watching Days of Our Lives on a black and white TV eating Twizzlers. It was like seeing the Mona Lisa hanging in a Burger King. It was profoundly disappointing.
I married a Methodist. I got sick of missing Wednesday night fellowship to go dance topless in the woods.
Dancing topless in the woods is who you are.
No, Betty, it's who you are. I was just cold.
I know this isn't your sort of thing, but I do need you, all right? I need your skill. Your sister needs you.
Let's just get this over with. How cute are these? So to myself, this one's name is Rose, and this one's name is Danita.
What is with you people and puppets?
I'm not much for the incantations, but I do love a craft project. These couldn't have been simpler. All you need is a little blood, a hair plucked from the root, and if you don't cooperate, I'm going to stab them both in the heart.
Alice, you don't want to hurt us.
I don't, so stop forcing my hand. We have worked long and hard for this moment. We are too far down the road to turn back. We want you to be a part of it. So come on now, just agree to it and we can stop all this.
Thank you for the invitation, Alice, but really, you both can go straight to hell.
Fine, enough talking.
Oh, Betty, no!
Oh, why? Somebody make her stop!
Rose, she sat the black one, not the white one.
Oh, how embarrassing. Sorry, be my guest.
Daddy got me! Oh, this is the big one! Elizabeth, I'm coming to join you!
What the hell?
Sanford and Son. I love that show.
Wait, cut up. This is serious. Danita, what's gotten into you?
I'm sorry, I don't mean to offend you. It's just that I think you both are evil and insane.
Ooh, did we forget to tell you? None of your magic works because you're still inside the protected circle.
No, we're not. Alice swept it up.
That was a decoy. She means the one circling the entire cul-de-sac. You two have been focusing on the wrong witches.
That's not possible.
Do you have any idea how much salt you'd need to pull that off?
Actually, yes.
We've got Super Saver memberships, you crazy bitch.
Tell honey, there's still misunderstanding.
I understand perfectly, Betty. When I tried to quit, you gave my kids head lice. And then you told me the only way to fix it was to shave off all their hair.
There's a shampoo.
Where's my shampoo? You just want to be humiliated so you can keep me under your thumb. You keep saying that the club protects us from the town.
It does.
No! It isolates us. And it keeps you in control. You're probably doing the same thing to Alice.
Joe, think of all the club has done for you. Your marriage.
I know, he's gay, Betty. Marriage is complicated. We work it out. I'm gonna change him by putting a dang crystal under his pillow or making him eat soup with my tampon in it.
Jeez, Betty, do all your spells involve menstrual blood?
It's like Mrs. Dash. She puts it in everything.
Y'all want me to wait outside?
No, Mike. This is your house and your altar. You and Rose need to take the lead.
Wands up!
We bind you! Now come on.
Betty
and Alice, from doing harm to yourselves and harm to others.
Sorry.
We're sorry.
We
Bind you!
And we appreciate your apology.
Honey, get the book. Is that it? She just dropped a book.
What do you want them to do? Shrivel up? They're bound.
Prove it.
It's hard to prove a negative.
That was really anticlimactic.
Well, I could throw some water on them, but I don't think it'll help. But I would like it.
Why did you say no?
What?
When I grabbed the Danita puppet to stab it, you said no. Why?
I don't think I did.
On to official business.
Please.
As an officer of the club, I call this special session to order. New business.
I propose offering membership to Jolene Gladney and Michael Shipley.
I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Nay.
Motion passes. Welcome to the club.
I propose removing Betty Little Landrum as president and Alice Hodge as vice president.
I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Nay.
Motion passes. Sorry, ladies. All votes are final.
I nominate Jolene Gladney as the president of the Attala County Garden Club.
I second.
I decline.
You decline. We talked about this.
Yes, but you already have an obvious choice. And besides, I have too many felony convictions. I couldn't hold off.
Very well. In the spirit of Attala and all the old wives who came before us, I nominate Danita Dixon as president and Euphrosyna Pickle as vice president.
Who the hell is Euphrosyna Pickle?
That's my name, Alice.
Oh, well, it's real pretty.
I second the nomination.
All in favor?
I
Alice, what the hell?
I gotta be honest, Betty. At this point, none of this is really fun for me. I think the club could really use some new leadership.
Well, this club is our legacy. We can't just turn our backs on it.
I'm not turning my back on it. I'm just done with it. I only joined up in the first place because I thought it'd be nice to do something together. And this seems so important to you.
And Betty, have you bothered to ask yourself why this is important to you?
I heard you on the baby monitor, Danita. I know you know why this is important. They don't care if they humiliate you. They don't care if they exclude you. What you went through in school, then bringing their kids into the library. I know you want to see these people get what's coming to them.
Maybe. But that's the trouble with vengeance. Who you think deserves it depends on who you're mad at on that particular day. Not to mention the innocent bystanders you'll take down without a second thought.
I don't know if I caused your husband's injuries.
How could you not know?
Honestly, I don't. Alice wouldn't help me with the spell, so I never cast. I do know I was so angry. I wanted something bad to happen, and then it did. Same thing with Polly. Maybe I caused her heart attack. Maybe it was the pound of bacon she ate every day.
She did eat a lot of bacon.
So much bacon. That fridge was full of it.
She was a super saver.
So I don't know what I'm responsible for and what I'm not. There have been plenty of times I wanted something awful to happen and nothing did. So what is that? My lack of talent? Coincidence?
In the end, it doesn't really matter. If your intent doesn't change the world outside, it still changes you.
I'm just so mad all the time. And I'm hurt. But still, I pretty myself up every day, doing the best with what I'm working with, to try to bring a little beauty and grace into this world. But y'all, you're just sitting on top of so much ugly.
Well, hell, Betty. That's just being Southern.
Amen.
This beautiful place we call home sits right on top of all the pain that was caused in building it. Hell, if everyone who was justified in their fury lived with it, that's all there'd ever be. Just pain and anger. Perhaps it takes something as powerful as magic to overcome that.
And we've got magic.
Maybe real magic is just what we find in other people.
Ooh, I like that.
Well, how am I supposed to forgive a town that hasn't earned it?
You don't extend forgiveness for what it does for other people. You forgive because of what it does for you.
Well said.
Very presidential.
We gotta kill off the kudzu violently.
Really?
Yeah. Danita's right. Nothing that was created with that kind of bad energy is ever going to thrive. It's got to go.
Good, because it's creeping around the kitchen and I think it's trying to kill us.
Rose, you got any Clorox?
In that cabinet.
We got like 10 jugs of it, everybody takes some.
In this room, in this sacred circle, we have the opportunity to create forgiveness and change. break the tradition.
Sometimes tradition is just making the same mistake over and over.
Are we in agreement?
The vote for Danita as club president should be recorded as unanimous.
So mote it be.
Isaiah 43:19. See, I am doing a new thing. Now it springs up. Do you not perceive it?
I am making a path in the wilderness and a stream in the wasteland. I used to do Bible drills.
Oh, I like the new guy.
First order of new club business. If everyone could kindly grab a chair and meet Michael out in the backyard.
What are we doing?
You're building a bonfire. Say goodbye to the heirloom dining table.
Woo! That is the sexiest thing you've ever said to me.
Oh, by the way, Effie Joe, Betty and I are sisters.
What?
Yeah, there's a whole story there.
Alice, please let me do your hair. I'll do it for nothing. Just a conditioner.
Every day you impress me a little bit more.
Right back at you, my talented husband. And such a good dancer.
Woo! Oh.
Rose, I knew bringing you into the club was going to change everything.
Honestly, Betty, it changed me too.
So in the end, you were right.
Well, not in the way that I expected to be. But I do enjoy being right, don't you?
I do. Congratulations on your election.
Thank you. I shall seek to lead with wisdom and style.
You think they're ready for a black woman president?
I really don't give a shit who's ready.
Oh, the club's finally united in a common purpose. We got new members and a friendly ghost. Oh, I'm feeling real optimistic about this. I think we're going to be stronger than ever. What do we do with this thing?
I'd like to just throw it in the fire.
Oh, but all the history, all the good
No,
it can do.
no. Remember what Jolene said earlier about those more powerful covens? The ones we wouldn't want to cross?
I believe I said that was a little terrifying.
As long as the wrong people can get their hands on that book, they'll have access to power they're bound to abuse. Gerald has a gun safe at the house. We'll keep it in there until we learn a proper way to dispose of it.
Smart thinking.
Go on and help Mike out with the fire. I'm gonna call my mom and check on the kids.
Bonfire.
Let it burn.
See you out there. That's enough, Polly.
Hey, Modena, tell the sisters we gather at midnight. I got the book.
Oh,